Hello, you super duper double delicious person, you. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing Monday. I hope you're doing absolutely awesome. But if you're not, maybe this video is going to help. As you see, I have some words that maybe you need to hear, even if you're not Indigenous. Let's talk about it. Bonjour, Mishko Pognon, Quain Adishnakas Mangdodem. Hi, everybody. My name is Sandy Boucher. I'm Red Thunderbolt Woman of the Loon Clan, a proud member of Seine River First Nation in Treaty 3 territory in Northern Ontario. And if there's one thing I have learned, it is that for marginalized people, and there are so many groups that are marginalized, it is so important. Like, we live in a world that seems like every message we hear, every billboard, every ad, every conversation we overhear, that it reinforces the stereotype that somehow we're less than, that we're not going to achieve, that somehow we are a drain on the public coffers for Indigenous peoples. And I learned a long time ago, for one, baloney. I didn't buy any of that. I was blessed to have a strong, amazing, beautiful Anishinaabe for a mom. And I saw how the world dismissed her and dismissed her words. And so I learned at a really young age that the world could be wrong. But as I got older and I started to achieve and started to hear the doubt and the backlash from both sides. So you get the non Indigenous who don't believe you're ever going to succeed, and you have the Indigenous and the lateral violence that you start to wonder if they even want you to. So I'm an author, first and foremost, always will be. I have long said that it would be easier for me to give up breathing than it would be writing. So, words, what someone says, a quote of what someone says, always has resonated with me. And I collect them. I actually, if you follow me on Threads, I share one of them every single morning. These are not my words, but these are words that empower and inspire me. And I just kind of ran with the feeling or the idea that if it empowers me, maybe it can empower someone else. And that was a risk I wanted to take. That was worth the effort. So, what I wanted to do today, and this changes on a regular basis, so maybe I have to do this like once a month or something, because I wanted to share the 10 quotes that I've tripped across most recently. So these are not my 10 of all time because it changes on a regular basis. It's part of my teachings. I was just having this conversation that I believe Creator sends us what we need. And sometimes that's a reminder that we don't need to be with this person standing in front of us. It's not a test. I don't believe Creator tests us, but I believe people come into our lives for a reason, and sometimes the reason is to see if we learned from the last episode. So we got to quit blaming Creator for the bad stuff when it's so often rooted in our decisions. um, okay, global atrocities aside, and even that can be blamed on individuals. So enough going off on a tangent here, checking my handy dandy index cards. Oh, I know. I wrote down here, empowerment is everything to the marginalized. When the message, the hum, tells you that you are less than, you have to consciously find a better message. When I refer to the hum, I'm referring to a video that I did as part of the 52 Steps to Reconciliation video series. That's now contained in my membership. But just as background to this video, I will include the link to that one video, and it's called The Hum. If you watch it, you'll understand why I'm referring to the voice in your head and how often that can be so negative. And what I share in that video is my life experience, how I tripped over my own internalized oppression as a result of success, which blew me away. Definitely worth watching the video. I will link it below. So, as I mentioned, just looking at my card here, these are the 10 of my latest finds. They work for me. They may or may not work for you. This is not, and I want to stress this so much. This is not about toxic positivity. You know, those people, oh, it'll get better. Oh, it's going to be bright tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I am a happy person. Do not get me wrong, but I don't buy toxic positivity at all. Why? It's dismissive. When someone is struggling, they don't want to hear it's going to get better. They want you to sit beside them and say, yeah, this sucks, and sit with them in it so they're not alone. Or maybe they want you to go away so they can be alone in it. But rushing to the it's going to feel better doesn't give you the time to grieve, to heal. And we are dealing with a world filled with people who have never taken the time to heal. So we got to get better at this. So, as it says, this is not about toxic positivity. This is about reality and faith, right? Reality, what's going on right now, faith in what's coming next. Or, in other words, it's about truth and reconciliation. How do you like that little tie in? So, here they are. I have them up on my computer. I'm just going to click through them. And of course, when I edit this video, I'll stick in the little images for you to make it easier for you to read them. So the first one, or the most recent one, is the quote log, kind of like catalog, the quote log. You will see it when I post the image. It says, people don't decide their future. They decide their habits, and their habits decide their future. 1,000,000%. As a 60-year-old woman who is now dealing with the health challenges of the decisions I made, yeah, it is way too easy to blame someone else. Look at your habits. Are your habits getting you to where you want to go? If they're not, you know what? Tomorrow's not a surprise. There might be things we don't control that might happen, but I've always said success is not a surprise because it's a whole bunch of conscious decisions and habits that support success. So that's the first one. Yay! What did you think? Scale of 1 to 10? What do you think of this one? Next one. This is by Marcus Aurelius. So you know it's going to be good. Wow. And some of these are, well, of course, they are aha moments, lightning bolt moments. That's why I gravitated to them. They're direct, kind of like me. It says, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Right? I don't care what you did in the past. What are you doing with the rest of it? Be proud of that. Yes. Okay. 1 to 10. What did you think of that one? Next one is by the Mystic Healer. I just like the sound of that. Anyways, you're in a season where the only thing that can take you from you, you're in a season where the only thing they can take from you is notes. Okay, I totally screwed that up, but I got to read it again because I absolutely love that one. You're in a season where the only thing they can take from you are notes. Watch what I'm doing. Learn from it, honey. It took me a long time to get here. Don't need your judgment. Don't need your criticism. Just grab a pen. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, duh. I've been doing this for 15 years. Yes, I learned a few things. What did you think of that one? Oh, this one's by Glennon Doyle. Okay, I love Glennon Doyle. What was the name of her book? My brain just went blank. Ah, it was such a good book. Millie and I have mentioned it in our podcast, the New Path podcast, if you haven't checked it out. Anyways, Glennon Doyle's quote: I see your fear, and it's big. I also see your courage, and it's bigger. We can do hard things. I see your fear, and it's big. I also see your courage, and it's bigger. We can do hard things. Love it, love it. You know what? People think that, I don't know, confidence or success or feeling like you have made it, it's a lack of fear. It's not. It's totally not, but you do it anyways because the end result is worth it. Of course, you're afraid of trying something new. You're also worth trying something new. So grab that courage you have because you have survived worse and get going. Love it. Oh, haha, guess what? The next quote is by Glennon Doyle, too. What is her name? Untamed. That's the name of a book. Highly, highly, highly recommend that book. Okay. I might have to read that again. I'll just pick which reading area I'm going to do it in. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's a reference to my move. I just did a YouTube live about it. Go check it out. So this Glennon Doyle quote: oh, I love this one. I'm making this one the screensaver on my computer. That's how much I love this one. It is: stop asking people for directions to places they have never been. Stop asking people for directions to places they have never been, and stop taking directions from people who have never been where you want to go. I'm not saying dump your friends. I'm saying they don't have the advice you need. Nothing drives me nuts more than someone encouraging someone to go into business who has never gone into business. Don't tell me how awesome it is, because your words fall short. How can they be grounded in authenticity? You've never done it. I have no idea what number code I'm on. I guess I'll figure that out when I do the editing. Is this the last one? Oh, nope. I don't know. I'll figure it out in the editing. The next one, I cannot read who this quote is by because it's really super small. Michael, I can't, Philip, I can't read it. If you can, type it in the comments. I would love to learn. I'd like to know who says these quotes. Oh, I love this. And it's so true. It says, you can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the further you get. You can't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the further you get. 100%. Because the universe, creator, God, higher power will align to get you where you want to go. And if there's one thing that's held me back in my career, I didn't dream big enough. And I'm literally talking dreaming. I'm talking envisioning. Long before I started my business, I imagined myself standing on stage talking to a crowd and how amazing that would be to make them laugh. Now I do it all the time and I love it. Love, 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 love. I don't know what quote we're on. This one's a Henry Ford quote. And by the way, someone can say a good quote and the next one's total junk that I don't disagree with. That's how you build your wisdom and confidence. You ask yourself, does this fit my puzzle? Does this make sense to me? Yes, keep it and use it. No, discard it. Continue on your journey. So this one is short, sweet, to the point. Vision without execution is just hallucination. Vision without execution is just hallucination. These are all the people envisioning their future and doing nothing to achieve it, that thinking the universe is just going to provide. That's Tony Robbins always comes to mind in this discussion because he says it's like standing in a garden and envisioning a beautiful garden and never doing the weeding, and the weeds take over. Vision without execution is just hallucination. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Next one, Robert Louis Stevenson. I have a seagull book that just came to mind. Friend sent it. Love it. So, what is this? Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. Love it. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. Love, 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 love. We still got a few more. I guess I wasn't very far into this at all. Next one does not say who's the quote's from. If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. So do both. Work for what you wish for, because that's how you get amazing. Don't just work and don't just wish, because I think both of them suck by themselves, right? I know way too many people that have spent their lives working 9 to 5 doing something they hate. And that's a lousy price to pay for a paycheck. It's too high of a price to pay for a paycheck, in my humble opinion. You get what you work for, not what you wish for. Do both. You can't do one without the other, or you're going to end up someplace you don't want to end up. And I do believe this is the last one. T.S. Eliot quote, "Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go." Only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. And I can so relate to this one. I know why it jumped out at me, because I've worked with business coaches in the past, and I have said, I don't know what's the max I can do yet. Like, because the goals I set, I exceeded. I succeeded and exceeded them. So I don't know where the line is. I'm kind of excited to find out. So there you have it, my friends. 10 quotes that help me stay strong and positive and motivated and on my path despite what other people say. Because if you honestly think everybody's lining up just to love and support me in the best way possible, you're delusional. Because I have my haters and I have my critics like everybody else. I just no longer care what other people are saying about me. If you're going to gossip about me, then you're not in my inner circle anyways, because the people I hang out with would never lower themselves to do something like that. I hope you can say same about who's in your inner circle. So what did you think of today's quotes? I would love to hear if one or all of them resonated with you. I have a whole bunch of awesomeness as far as the videos are concerned this week. I will talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.